discussion about time management, calling it college, work, and leaving time to breathe. I'm Dara, your facilitator for the group. I just want to thank everyone for coming, and want to go over a little bit of confidentiality. What happens in group should stay in group. You are open to talk about whatever you want to talk about within group. No pressure though, you don't have to discuss anything that you don't want to talk about. So be respectful to everyone in the group. I want to go around and tell me what's your name, what school you go to, and where you work. And we're going to start over here and we'll work our way around, and that's going to be the general flow for the group. We'll just go around in a circle and which way.
All right. My name is Katie Harrison, and I go to EKU. I'm a senior there, and I have a full-time job too, and 2 part-time jobs. So time management is really hard for me.
Alrighty.
My name is Jonathan McBride, and I am a student at KWI, Kentucky Welding Institute, and I work at KU and LG&E in Carrollton, Kentucky.
Alright, my name is Bradley Boone. I go to Morehead State University, and I work at Mason County Schools.
Okay.
My name is Gavin Gardner. I go to Morehead State University, and I currently work at Hibbett Sports.
Okay. Alrighty. Since this group is about time management skills, I want you to go around and rate how you feel your time management is from a 1 to 10. 10 being the worst, 1 being the best. So 10 really bad, or 1, good. So we'll start with Gavin.
I'd say about a 7.
Okay.
I'll probably say about a 7 too.
Okay.
Say about 6, 7.
An 8.
Okay. All right. Do you all feel like something in your life gets neglected, whether that be stuff that needs to happen around the house, schoolwork, your actual occupation that you currently hold, social life, mental health, self-care, anything that you feel like your lack of time management holds you back from? We'll start over here now.
Yeah, it's definitely hard being a college kid and having jobs and part-time jobs. So I would say just like mental health, like taking time to just take a break from everything. Definitely cleaning as well. Like my room is an absolute mess, and it's been like that. So yeah, I would say that.
I would definitely have to agree with Katie, but also, your friends, that time of you're at work, in between school and work, you don't get to see your friends as much and relax and, kind of push that to the side for a minute to then come back and reflect on, well, I needed that, or it helps usually, or it don't. So yeah, I would say friends and definitely family. Family is always missing me.
Probably family too, family and friends. That's probably the biggest thing. And also like other daily activities, like or daily tasks I have to do. I put other things in front of it whenever they should be doing. So
Yeah, definitely like just helping out around the house, not just like so busy just wanting to come in and just lay down and so tired from like your daily routines, just not having time to do anything else. You're just tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. Sleep.
Yeah.
Or go. Not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So would you all agree that even sleep gets pushed on the back burner?
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
getting that recommended
Can
8
be.
to 10 hours due to waking up early, going to either school or work, and then having to finish school or work at night. So you're kind of neglecting your school.
For the most part.
Yeah. So I want to go over some ways to maybe stay a little bit organized during your busy times. There are some management skills that I've researched, and I know that as a college student and a person that works, a lot of these have helped me try to time manage and make sure that I'm completing all of my main duties. One is to have a master schedule. It is different than an agenda, It's more like you block off times to do something. So if you've ever seen like a hairdresser's or a personal trainer's little schedule book, there's certain times that they plan stuff. So you could say, this time is set off for TV. I have this time for my friend, or this time to actually take to clean my room. And then also doing this time to sit and study and make sure that your school isn't neglected. Number 2 would be having an agenda so that you know what due dates are. Say if you have a project at work or at school, you'll be able to put that on there so that you know what day you have to have things turned in. And this also helps with kind of the stress. You've already written it down. You know an idea of what you have to do for that day, so that you're not procrastinating or stressing out. Oh, I don't know what's going on. You already have it written down and you're ready for that. Number 3 would be to eliminate distractions. So your cell phones, TVs, what is in your way of completing your important tasks that you need to do, such as your homework or any work from work you have to bring home with you to finish up, whether it be meeting a deadline or anything like that. Number 4 would be set goals for each study session. Say you want to get through this video on this day. You want to take this quiz at this time. So setting goals allows for you to actually want to achieve them and make sure that you do achieve them. Number 5 would be start on assignments early. Don't procrastinate. I know for me, personally,
It's tough.
that is a hard thing to do, is to not, where you are so busy, you get so distracted, you're worrying about all of these things, A, B, and C, and then your homework or your studying is way down at X, Y, Z. And so starting on assignments early and doing them a little bit at a time can definitely help with the procrastination and allowing for you to not get behind on those. Number 6 would be make a project plan. So you're going to do, that's kind of goes with starting on the assignment early. Try to make a plan of when you're going to do the projects. Say, I've got to do this for work and I've got to do this for school. So make sure that you have a plan and actually do that plan. 7 is work on one thing at a time, because I know it's so easy to, you're cooking and you're scatterbrained. You're trying to do 12 different things at one time because life is so busy. Number 8 is study in short bursts. So you want to do 5 minutes here, do something else, take a breather, go to the bathroom, and then do some more studying. They say that helps to retain the information better as well. 9 is start early in the day. Say that you get off at 3 o'clock. When you get home, start on what you need to start on. That'll help, because later in the day you get maybe a little bit busier. Eventually, if you have kids or something like that, there's things that needs to happen at nighttime that maybe you'll have that time right after work or something like that. And then 10, like we said, get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, which I know with a busy schedule is very hard. And then some little bonuses, exercise. Exercising can help relieve the stress, and it can also get you in a routine. Say that you're going to work out at this time every day. You set that goal and you do that every single day. And then another is review and reassess your schedule. See if something's not working. Say you're not looking at your agenda as much. Maybe put a reminder on your phone instead where it dings at you. So just reassessing and maybe changing things up, seeing what works, what doesn't. With all of that I said, do you all actively do any of those that I said already? Are you seeing that they work? Maybe they don't work. So we'll start with Katie and go around.
I'm a planner, so every day, like, I know exactly what I need to do, but on the days where I don't have anything, I procrastinate. So being a full-time online student and then working full-time is really hard because by the time that you're finished with work, at the end of the day, you don't want to do homework. Like, so that definitely lacks with me. I guess I don't put enough time and effort into doing my homework because when you're done with work, you kind of just want to hang out with your friends or you want to go take a nap, you know? So that's what I would say that I definitely need to work on, just like allocating more time for homework specifically.
I try to prioritize every day the most important stuff to the least important, and then work my way down towards the least important. That way, you know, I'm getting the most important stuff done. If I accidentally or run out of time for that day or I'm busy, I can come back to that eventually that day sometime. Procrastination, I mean, everybody's guilty of that. I would set, you know, reminders for deadlines. Let yourself know, you know, more than an hour ahead of time to finish that project or whatever's due at that time. I'm probably going to take that and run with that. Thank you for that. That's about it.
Agree, though. Also, I think exercise helps me big time too. You know, helps with stress. I see a person I go about 5 days a week, and I feel like that helps with me. You know, just to get my mind off things and not to have to just let stress on me. And I think having a planner would really help out for me the best. Like you were saying, like putting like your priorities, like the ones that are most important first, and then going down the line. I think that helps probably.
As of right now, I just take it day by day. So just like what I got to do that day is what I do that day. I don't look ahead because I feel like if I look ahead, I feel like I'm gonna miss something in the day that I'm supposed to do that day. Oh, like I got caught up in an assignment that's due Thursday, and I didn't realize I had an assignment due today. That's the day is current. Like, so like definitely like using a planner to write down day by day to just make sure you have everything that's due that day, that the current day, to make sure it's done before you do anything else like ahead.
Okay, so I did mention getting rid of distractions, whether that be cell phones, that might be your friends, family, significant others that maybe you put too much time in. And I know family, friends are important, but with school and work and everything getting jumbled up, certain things might become more of a distraction rather than like keeping the relationship. But once school and work comes along, there's other things that might need to happen before that socializing time. So we're going to do an activity. I'm going to give you a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to write down your 3 top distractions in your life. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, so top three distractions in any order. If you want to do your most distracting to your least distracting.
Hard.
raise your hand if you feel like that is a distraction to you. So I've got cell phone.
Probably number one.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that on most pieces of paper. Wanting to hang out with friends before completing important tasks. Can I relate to that?
That's what I probably meant with friends. Like,
Okay.
not really distraction,
Mhm.
but like
Your social life.
your social life. You know, your friends, you want to hang out with them as much as possible, but sometimes other things come in before, you know, hang out with your friends and stuff like that. And like,
Gotcha.
I probably say that.
Okay. Video games or sports?
Yeah, sports.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm
Wanting to
always-
watch the big game
Right.
on
Yeah,
Sunday.
Kentucky comes, you know,
And
usually.
you've procrastinated all week talking about the game, and then the game's here and you have assignments due.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
and then you put the game before the homework. So
Mhm. So then you get behind on your work
Yep.
instead of doing that. Okay. Outside life, events, concerts that might happen. Kind of relates to a social life
Yeah.
kind of thing as well. You're wanting to do that before completing tasks. Watching sports. And then I see myself and brain. So overthinking, thinking I'm not good enough. So that's, does anybody feel like maybe your self-esteem gets in the way? I know for me, you're like, oh gosh, you know, I can't do this. You
Mhm.
know, I'm
discouraged. I think everybody
yes,
does.
discouraged. You get discouraged, you know, especially with schoolwork. There's pressure. You know, you have to meet a certain the deadline as well as following the rubric and getting the best grade possible. So you may kind of think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. So then you're compensating for maybe something else. You know, you're like, oh, I'm good at watching TV. I'm good about knowing about sports. You know, I might as well just do that
Mhm.
and, you know, push my homework to the side. Maybe not look at. So I see a lot of things that are the same among you guys, and I think almost everyone can relate to a lot of these. So we're going to talk about the cell phone for a minute. What do you all feel like you can do to get rid of that distraction? I mean, is there something that you can do? I know for me, my computer,
Turn it off.
yeah, my computer also plays as a phone. You know, I get my messages, I get my phone
Mhm.
calls all on my computer.
So watch.
Yes, and we've all, you know, some of us, I see smartwatches, so you're getting your notifications on your watch as well.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you can do to eliminate that distraction? Whether you have the computer that dings every time you get a message as well, or a watch, what do you feel like you can do to eliminate that distraction as a self? I saw that on every single,
Yeah.
I know, like, for me, I always flip my phone over, and people sometimes think that's, like, shady to flip your phone over, but I flip over because if I'm looking, if I see that light up, I'm going to look at my phone. I'm going to check every time. But if it's flipped away and I can't see it lighting up, then I don't know what's going on because my phone's usually not on vibrate. So if I don't think anything's going on, I'm not going to be consistently on my phone.
Mhm.
And for me, like, I've had to delete, like, Instagram and, like, Snapchat and stuff. Like, I've tried to get off of social media just for the aspect of me always being like, oh, what's this person doing? Like, your life looks so much cooler than mine. So, like, that gets all up in my head. So that's how I just flip my phone over. I'm still on it a lot, trust me, but that's helped me, for sure.
Before something's due, I think, you know, turn all that, isolate all that stuff that causes problems. Or, you know, take breaks and periodically check your phone. But when something very important's due, sometimes you gotta isolate yourself from friends, technology, whatever's your distraction.
Yeah, I have to agree with Katie. I usually put my phone, like, flip it over and then put it to the side. That way, you know, I don't have to, like, see it or anything like that. And then how like, with the Apple Watch is probably the best thing to do is, like, if you're doing work, just to take it off because you're still going to get the messages if you have it on there. So that's probably what I would usually do.
You can do they got the do not disturb on there. You just turn that on and just sit it over to the side and take an hour out of the day to complete everything and get on your phone whenever that hour's complete. And make sure you got everything done and get right back on your phone.
I know for me that do not disturb button, especially on my computer. I can take my watch off, you know, and put that in the bathroom. I can even turn my phone off if I needed to. But you know, where I'm an online student, I need my computer. So a lot that do not disturb button is awesome. I don't get the dings. I don't get that distraction. And even on your phone, say you're working on your phone, whether that be your actual job or for school or something. I know a lot of people do I've done it, you know, just typing up something that you know you need to work on or something like that. The do not disturb really helps. With wanting to hang out with, you know, having that social life, what do you feel like can help you, you know, balance that social life as well as school and work? As you know, we know relationships are important, but so are school and work, and those are the things that we need to succeed in life and all that. So what do you feel like you all can do by trying to balance those? What are some things that you can do to balance those?
Prioritize. You know, take care of the most important stuff first, and then after that, you know, you have 3 hard tasks that day. If you take care of those first, everything else, you know, just
And if you have time,
a lot
there,
simpler.
if you have time there at the end of the day, and you can be able to hang out with them, then hang out with them more. Like on the weekends, most people have more time, so I would say the weekends are probably the best to
Okay.
hang out with friends.
Kind of setting a time,
Yeah.
like say, hey, I should have all my work done
Yeah.
by 5 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah,
Do you want to hang out after then or on Saturday or
Yeah.
something like
give
that?
yourself something to look
Okay.
forward to as
Yeah.
well.
That's a great one. Gavin, what do you feel like you can do to?
Just make sure everything. Just let your friends know that like you gotta complete your major task before. Just let them know. Just like, oh, give me 30 minutes to an hour. I'll complete this, and I'll.
And they gotta respect you.
Yeah.
It's something you're
Yeah.
working towards.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they will understand.
Yeah.
Especially like with it being so, your friends being so accessible, you don't have to leave the house to actually talk to them or anything like that. I know with video games, which someone listed, video games, you got your headset, you can
Locked
talk
in.
to them right there, play games with them, you know, virtually people from all over the world, and you can still have that conversation and, you know, spend that time with them. You know, in our phones, we can call, we can text, we can video chat, whatever it may be. Let's go on to, so yourself, the discouragement. How do you feel like you can work past being discouraged and getting your work done in a timely manner, as well as balancing, you know, day-to-day life activities?
I would say start with the easier task. Feel accomplished. You know, that hey, I've got these 3 things done. You know, you're executing those really well. That's going to build courage and, you know, confidence for something that's a little harder.
I like that.
and also when you get discouraged, you also have people around you for
Support.
social support.
Right.
So
Having a good support group's a big one.
I don't know, that's why I'm here.
Gavin, how do you feel like, what do you recommend either you yourself do or give maybe some advice to Katie on feeling discouraged about,
Just like when you're working on an assignment, don't like just pushing it to the end and then getting frustrated with yourself and telling yourself you can't do it all, can't complete it by the time, and just give yourself enough time to stay focused and then when you get it done, you're happy
And if you can, you have friends.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
consult
people
with your friends.
and you have family who's going to be there for you
Right,
too.
Yeah.
So
Rely on your support group.
So I do kind of want to, I want Katie to elaborate more on that. Kind of tell us how, when you start to get discouraged, kind of explain how you feel. We're here for you. We kind of want to better understand it, and I'm sure some people can relate to that. I know I definitely can. So kind of give us a brief overview of how you feel and what makes you work better when you start feeling discouraged? What have you done in the past that has worked, or has nothing worked yet, and you're still trying to find that thing that can help you overcome your discouragement and get your tasks done on time?
Well, that was loaded. Loaded question. I don't really know. Like, when I get discouraged, I think of the goal that I'm trying to reach, I guess.
Mhm.
But then you see other people excelling. My thing is, like, at my age, I feel like I should be farther in life, I guess. So that's what discourages me. That I'm 23, I thought I would have it figured out, but I don't have it figured out. So.
Yeah. I felt the same way at one point, but also you gotta think you're on your own timeline. Everybody like gets there further than certain people, so that's what I don't look at anymore, because they were all on their own timeline.
Yeah.
I think I'm really bad about, like, the comparisons of just a lot of stuff.
And
I
that's what
compare
hurts with
myself.
social media. I feel like
That's why I have to get
people
off
see
of
on
it.
social media can do that, because you see people like who already have houses and they got a family and this and that. You know, I'm 25 years old. I figured I'd be further in life too, but you know, it's not like that sometimes.
So, what things do you feel like you can do in order to,
I meditated the other night. Is that what you're
Okay,
getting at?
yeah,
What
sure.
can I do to overcome it? I laid on the ground and did a meditation for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I did feel better. Like, so
Yeah.
it does work, honestly.
Yoga, and also like watching motivational speakers. That's another
that's a
thing
good
that I do.
Podcast.
Yeah, watching podcasts, listen to podcasts and stuff like that, which really helps me. So
Do you have any motivational speakers that you could recommend?
I do.
Sweet. We'll talk after the session.
okay, that's good. I know that we'll try to wrap up the group. I want to go around and ask if everyone feels like they got all that they needed out of it. Did you get some ways that you can better time management? Do you feel like you have tools that you need to maybe better plan your days as far as like work and school and social life and all that, trying to mix that in and like as the group title is, leaving room to breathe. We'll start with Gavin. Do you feel like you got some ideas?
Yeah, I got the idea like maybe like before next semester starts, after Christmas break, like writing down everything in a planner and checking it every day to make sure you have your task completed that day before you have to turn it in, and make sure everything's like if you got a doctor's appointment, write down doctor's appointment, make sure you don't miss your doctor's appointment, or just assignments due. Just make sure you get everything done on time, and just keep a whole plan, make sure everything's going smoothly, and you're not getting frustrated with yourself.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say probably having a planner would be the biggest thing,
Okay.
and just staying motivated, not getting discouraged, with time management and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna have to agree with all of them. I would say, listen to your priorities. Most important to least important, and executing those. And then I think that would help me the most.
I do a planner, so I'm in the habit of like checking it every day, and when I don't have it, I'm like, what am I doing? So I think that like what you said, like blocking the time out, because I just put it in my planner. I don't like block a time period out. So I think that would really help me, like this much of studying, this much of
Maybe going more in depth.
with the
planning.
planner. Yeah,
Yes.
right. Instead of just writing it all on there. So.
Okay.
I'd say having a planner is probably the best for me, just because when you have everything written down, whatever. Because I have a tendency of like pushing things to the side and like
Oh yeah, we're all guilty.
I'll do this later on, and then it just gets pushed back, a day or a week or whatever.
I've got plenty of time to do it.
Yeah,
I'll just
and
complete
then
it later.
when then it gets to that time, whatever it is, and you're like, holy crap, like
I'm behind.
I'm behind. This is
Yeah.
whenever all the
You're
stress.
rushing it, and it's
Yep,
not going
and
to be
then that's when
done.
you get
To
more
your full
stressed.
potential.
So
Yeah.
I also think exercise, they talked a lot about exercise, and I think whenever I did exercise, like before I came to college and stuff, I always felt a lot better. And now that I haven't been, I'm like,
it does help.
it makes you feel, tons better. So I need to get in a routine of doing that as well.
Yeah. you feel that the session went? Do you think it was helpful that, you know, with how we did the activities?
I think the activity like really makes you think about things that do distract you and like what you can eliminate. And I also think that like knowing that people in our age group are like on the same playing field, so it's not like you by yourself. Like other people are going through the same stuff, and that helped me. So
Oh, that's agree.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah, definitely agree.
And how will you apply the exercises that we did? I know you all talked about a planner, but as far as the balancing of it, do you feel like just a planner will help you, or are there other of the exercises, like say making sure you get that 8 to 10 hours of sleep? I know you said that you were going to add exercising. You know, procrastination. I know a lot of you kind of mentioned that. How do you feel like you will, leaving here, go about eliminating those distractions, getting an agenda? Will you do it on your phone? Will you actually get a physical planner? Those are a couple different options. I know I've used the Reminders app on my iPhone, because you get a little notification.
and if you put stuff like in your calendar on your phone, it'll pop up the day of and be like, hey. So that'll help out a lot.
Okay.
I don't know, I feel like an actual planner like book helps me more just
Okay.
because, you know, the phone use.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eliminate the distractions off my
Gotcha.
phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You look at that reminder, you're gonna go in and look at
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
look at something
I'm
else.
gonna doodle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah. So maybe eliminating the distraction by, you know, the cell phone distraction by getting a physical planner instead of having the distraction on your phone. So
Okay.
that's good. That's good. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you for coming in, and I hope you all feel better about time management, and you go out and you're able to apply these exercises and these time management skills, and I hope that everything works out and you feel less stressed about completing tasks, as well as balancing social life, work life, school life, and all that. So I want to say thank you guys for coming in,